Hey everybody, welcome to Abundant Source Raw on YouTube. Right now I'm in a hostel in Alajuela, Costa Rica. I'm about to head to the airport in a few hours and hop on a plane back home and figure out exactly what I'm going to do next. But right now I thought I'd just make a little video and pass the time. So in this video I'm going to talk a little bit about releasing and letting go of emotions through raw living foods. And I think it's really important to understand when you're dealing with emotions is that you are not your mind or your body or even your emotions. You are life itself. You are the complete wholeness of life, and you are just having this individual experience through this body you're in and through this obnoxious ego that has formed and has been built up. And emotions, I think, are a way to help to protect and preserve, our physical body and to prevent us from doing certain things. But in my opinion, it's mostly to prevent or to protect and build up the ego that we have. And the ego does not want to die. It does not want to, melt away. But that's what you got to do if you want to feel what you truly are. If you want to feel your authentic self and you want to get connected with what you really are, you got to melt the ego as much as you can and just, skin off these layers and layers and layers of ego until you just, there's just you. Because what you really are is just a body and mind that life is flowing through. You're just a conduit, you're just a catalyst for life to flow through and experience. And although the focus of this video is emotions, mind, body, and soul are all connected. Emotional, physical, mental, and spiritual health are all connected, and you can't just have one without the other. If one is unbalanced, then they're all unbalanced or imbalanced. And you have to be able to fix all of them to have the complete balance in your life. So what does eating have to do with emotions? I'm sure we've probably all heard of emotional eating. When you get upset, then a lot of people will go straight to the ice cream or whatever their comfort food is to help them just not really let those emotions out. And that's what food is doing. It's really suppressing your emotions. Releasing emotions and letting it out freely is a pretty energy intensive process, and it's not something a lot of people really enjoy experiencing for different either social reasons or just programming that they've been told emotions are maybe weakness or it's not good to cry or to get angry or whatever else. But when you hold emotions in and you don't let them out right away, then they're going to build up and they're going to stagnate in the body. And it's not just going to affect your mind and your emotional health, but it will literally affect your physiology, and it will block certain pathways in the body. And it can cause inflammation and acidity in the body, and you really don't want to have those emotions weighing you down. So what happens is people will get emotional and then they will eat, and the worse you eat, the more it will suppress the emotions, because digestion is one of the most energy intensive processes that a person can go through, and the body highly prioritizes digestion over most other things. And so when you eat food, then your body's going to put pretty much most of all its energy into the digestion of that food. It's going to stop whatever it's doing and it's going to prioritize digestion over everything else. So if you've got these emotions that are coming up and out, and it takes a lot of energy out of you to do that, well, if you go and eat a tub of ice cream or some snacks or whatever else, well, now all your energy is directed towards digestion, and you have not enough energy to fully release these emotions the way they're supposed to come out. and now you've just suppressed those emotions inside of you, and your body's just working on digestion. You can just feel like you're almost sedated for a little while from these emotions, and then you just kind of forget about the emotions and let them sit there stored inside of you without ever releasing them. And so it takes, for most people, a lot of emotional work to really get down to different root causes and things like that. Symptoms that maybe they've had for a long time are emotional symptoms due to keeping emotions inside of them. And it takes a lot of work to get these emotions out, because once you've suppressed certain emotions and you get used to just suppressing them instead of letting them out, they just build up and build up and build up, and it's really like disease forming, and it'll cloud your mind and weigh you down for a very long time. And the more you build them up and don't get rid of them, the harder it is to release them. So it really takes a lot of self-development work, and just a lot of different therapies and meditations and eating clean to really release all these emotions. And that's why eating clean and healthy and light is great all around, for all spiritual health, physical health, emotional health. Eating clean and light and eating your species specific diet is going to be the easiest way to eat for your body. It's not going to take up as much digestive energy, and your body can spend a lot of energy working on other parts of the body, like healing the physical body and releasing certain emotions, and really getting connected with what you truly are. Most people don't want to feel sad and get upset and have to go through that emotional process. But it's very important that if you do get upset, that you do properly go through the whatever emotional process it is, or if you're angry, or if you've learned to kind of transmute the anger and the sadness into maybe laughter and happiness, then that's a great way to kind of divert that energy into a different form of energy. Because what are emotions? Energy in motion. It's energy that's getting stored up, and it needs to come out. And it's really good. You really want to properly address it. And although I think you should let your emotions out as soon as possible, just right when they come up, if you're able to divert that energy into other emotions such as laughter and things like that, and joy, then that's great. And the bottom line is, we really just need to get to the cause of this, get down to our roots, and dive really deep inside of ourselves and figure out why we get so emotional in the first place. Because some people have gotten to a point where they don't really get emotional at all, and it's not like most people where they just suppress it. They don't get emotional because they know who they are, they know what they are, they know the truth, and nothing anybody says can really mess with what they know is truth. And so emotions don't really get to them, but most people are not at that point yet. And if you're not at that point yet, then it is super important that when you do get emotional, you let them out and don't keep them stored inside of you. They will cause emotional trauma, disease, and a lack of connection to the source of all life. So, I believe when working on yourself, when any type of healing, physical healing, emotional healing, spiritual healing, the best thing you can do is nothing. Just fast. Sit with yourself for a very long period of time, as long as you can. Fast for as long as you can, and let your body just go to work. Let your body do what it needs to do. The reason you have so many physical problems, emotional problems, and whatever else is because we constantly, on a daily basis, bombard our bodies with, just crap. We put crap into our bodies. We put crap into our heads. We give others the power to tear us down, and it's all nonsense. And the best way to dig deep and to skin off these layers of crap that's stored up inside of you is to just do nothing. Let the body restore itself. Your body is always healing itself, always trying to get back to that state of wholeness, and all it needs is for you to let it do its job. It doesn't need more food. It doesn't need more social activity. You know, it just needs to be left alone to do its work, and then these emotions will come up naturally. Physical blockages will start to deteriorate naturally, and everything. I mean, fasting is just the ultimate healing modality there is, in my opinion. And you know, the next best thing is to just eat your species specific diet. We're frugivorous animals, and our diet should primarily be fruits, maybe some leafy greens, and maybe a few nuts. And that should be our diet. Anything outside of that really is going to cause a lot of harm. And also, how much you eat also matters. You know, if you're eating huge portions of food that takes a lot of digestive energy, it's going to be very hard for your body to process any other type of tasks like releasing emotions, critical thinking, anything like that. You know, when you're just eating fruit, it's very light on your digestive system. It does not take nearly as much digestive power. It goes right through you, and your body just has a lot more energy to deal with other things that, you know, are really need to be dealt with. And so my suggestion is to just eat your species specific diet. If you're really struggling and trying to release certain emotions or get connected with the source of all things, then it's a good idea to try to limit eating as much as possible and only eat, you know, really light foods like sugary fruits and melons. And yeah, it's gonna be all around great for every aspect of your health in your life. And like John Rose always says, if you're not getting connected, you're getting distracted. And it's completely true. If you're not, you know, doing what you need to be doing, if you're not eating your species specific diet and getting healthier every day and trying to get reconnected with everything, well then it's just it's all a distraction. Your body will release these emotions on its own if you just let it be and let it do its thing. Raw foods will help immensely, so just get on the raw living foods path and just feel the benefits for yourself. Feel all these emotions and tension releasing out of you. Feel the physical energy that you gain from it on a long-term raw food diet, especially you know, our species-specific fruitarian diet. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more content like this. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you very much.